All right, welcome to our debate and discussion page. We'll be doing plenty of it. We're going to be leading with a classic philosophical dilemma, conundrum. Are human actions free or determined? I'm not going to say too much about that right here. I've got links for you, and those should give you access to the topic. Um, what I want to point out is A, that there are a number of resources to the left. If you scroll down, give you a little assignment prompt, and you'll see a couple videos. These actually really nicely frame the issue. A couple more complicated links for the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy. There's a great talk show, call-in show on philosophy that's been running for a number of years now out of Stanford called Philosophy Talk. I'll leave a few links for that as we go through the semester. And I've got a little link to more of me talking about the issue very generally, really. I'm not kind of getting into fancy solutions or details of it. So to the right, that's kind of an important part. There are different contribution modalities, we might call it. I'm really wanting to have people contribute roughly in the way that I am now, speaking. I've got two ways for us to do that. If you look at the first one, the black box with that funny looking figure in it, if you press comment and then record, fairly simple, you can speak into your computer's microphone, which is what I'm doing right now. They all have them. I'm thinking more and more of us are able or familiar with that part of it. But that's how you do that part of it. Excuse me. So it will ask you for a prompt. I was talking to VoiceThread the other day and seeing if I could get anonymous comments, meaning you wouldn't have to enter a login, but they said right now it's login only. So I've made a login for our class. You don't have to make your own. I've got the kind of default universal login. So if you can either copy and paste what I've got there when it prompts you, or type it in, whatever. You're welcome to sign up yourself. You don't have to. And then start talking. So, these would be, I don't know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that, just as a ballpark. Kind of depends on how concise you are. Do you get to the point? I'm not really grading you on the length of it, but I'm thinking if we turned these in written-wise, they might be a page to a page and a half, that things might be 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Don't worry too much if you're in that ballpark. If you're radically beyond that in any direction, you can ask me if it's a problem. But this is a fairly open-ended, kind of participatory assignment. Okay, so should the VoiceThread, the little black blocks, not work for you, I've got another avenue which uses your phone, any phone. You can call this toll-free number. You enter these prompts and start talking. If you listen to a couple of the ones that are already there, you'll hear people that have left messages for earlier assignments. These actually, none of those are our current assignment, but there are other people talking about stuff philosophically, and that's another way to leave your audio thread. At the moment, I have to kind of make it public, so there might be a little bit of lag time. I get an email notification that says so-and-so or a message has been left, and I have to kind of go in and make it public. I've been looking at the settings. It seems like I should be able to do something to change that, but I'll let you know if and when that happens. So that's just as a backup. If you, for whatever, having trouble with the black box, you can try the blue box. Finally, if the spoken word is, for whatever reason, really not working for you, I do leave as a default a typewritten thread or option. Really, you can do that in two ways. the black box has a typewritten, looking at this right now, it's got a typewritten option. It says when you press comment, there's something that says type instead of talk. You can do it that way. Also, the page itself on my wiki has a thread element. I have here a link to threads to this page, so you can type it in there if the speaking thing doesn't work for you. You can also do both. There's no reason why you can't. You can participate till the cows come home, or whatever our preferred expression would be. There's certainly no limit on how much you can participate. If you want to type something in as well, if you wanted to make a second comment, you're totally welcome to. So now that we've got the kind of basic structure, this is a little different, but I think it could be pretty cool. It's been cool in the past. So that gives me some confidence that it could be cool in the future. Hume's argument, problem of induction notwithstanding. So it's kind of a philosophical joke. So what to do, how to do it? I just have like general kind of guidelines for what to do. I mean, I want this to be like an in-class discussion. So here's what I'm thinking. Lead with your position, your point of view, your conclusion. That kind of just makes it interesting to us. And we're like, oh, wow, that's your point of view. You can make it jazzy or edgy. You can make it thoughtful, wise. Make it however you want to present it. You can think about how you would want to actually kind of present your view. I mean, you are kind of putting an idea into the marketplace of ideas. Maybe you want to package it in some way. Maybe you just want to give authentic expression. That is kind of up to you, really. That's part of what makes this interesting. So I'm thinking kind of lead with your position, follow with the support for your position. I'm really interested in the strength of the arguments. We've got, and we always will have, opposing points of view. If we were like judges in the matter, how would we be weighing and balancing the different arguments and considerations on the different sides to come up with some conclusion? Now, we often will feel torn, like, wow, pulled in both directions, because there's some strength to both sides. You can just think, well, if I had to lay my money on the table, what would I do? If some judgment in the case that I'm the presiding judge over has to be made, when it comes down to it, what am I going to say and why? Also, I would love to have engagement in your audio thread with others that are left there. So subsequent versions of this kind of assignment will require a little bit more of that. We'll have a couple debate structures. This one we're kind of opening up with just like a discussion, kind of looking at both sides, but I think at some point we'll have like a debate where you have to kind of respond to points that were left by the other side, that kind of thing. But it would be cool to talk to each other, essentially refer back to other posts that were made if you can find something there. I think that makes it fun for each person to contribute too, and maybe go back and see if anyone kind of commented on you, and just hear an actual dialogue. Okay, so that is the dealio, as they say. Have fun with it. No reason to hesitate. Just jump in there. Maybe I'll leave a first post, but let's just jump in there and get the discussion going. That's really the most important thing for this, is that we're generating discussion, not that we've done anything perfectly or there's even some kind of exactly right way to do it. More important thing is that there's a doing of it, and we're talking. Okay, so I'll check in with you later. There will be different topics for this same kind of thing over the semester. Peace.